All men are the same, except for their belief in their own selves, regardless of what others may think of them.
Do you find yourselves trying to be productive, but yet failing every time you try it? You set a new routine, you try and wake up at 6 a.m. every day, you probably rack up about 2-3 days and you fail, and every time you try, you fail it again and again and again, and you never achieve your goals. Well, that's what's called being a lazy but an ambitious person. My name is Mike, and on this channel, I'm going to record my journey of success. And I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to preach what I practice and what I know works. So I'm not that far ahead of you guys. I used to be a lazy but an ambitious person, and I still have some traits of that. But I do set goals, and I know that the most important thing is not the goal, but the process. Now let me tell you a story. So a long time ago in Japan lived a swordsman by the name of Musashi Miyamoto. He was the greatest swordsman Japan has ever seen, but he wasn't always that great. When he was younger, he had but a few friends, and one of those friends was called Matahachi. So Matahachi and Musashi shared a special bond together through their mutual ambition of becoming great swordsmen. So when they hit puberty, they embarked on their journey, and not much time has passed, but Matahachi was pulled away by his desires while Musashi prevailed on the journey. While Musashi was focusing on becoming a great swordsman, Matahachi was indulging in his desires of women, booze, and parties. An important thing to mention is that Matahachi did have glimpses of resolve and motivation from time to time to jump back straight to his ambitions, but he was too weak. Every time he fell for his desires. So a few years have passed, and their paths crossed together yet again in Kyoto. But Tahachi could now see what has become of Musashi, a notorious swordsman that is known far and wide, while Matahachi, he was a nobody. And he didn't feel joyful for his friend. He felt envious and miserable because he knew that that could have been him, but he was too weak to pursue his ambitions. Now, why am I telling you all this? Remember, if you're not a slave to your discipline, you're going to become a slave to your desires. All of us start as a Matahachi, but most of us continue on through life as a Matahachi, never become more than a Matahachi. Musashi is an ideal that we may never become, but the pursuit of becoming a Musashi is what makes us great. When you're a teen, you think to yourselves that people out there partying, getting shit-faced drunk, are having the time of their lives, and you think they're more happy than you. You think that you're missing out on life if you're not doing the same. And that's one of the problems. A problem that's even bigger is this. I myself am a victim to this, to a certain degree. Over the past few months, I have seen some great results, and my screen time has fell down drastically. But still, I do want to get rid of this. Here's a test for you. The next time you go to a cafe or use the public transport, take a look around yourself and see how many people are mindlessly scrolling to their phones like this. Well, almost 90% of them. And I'm certain. But how do you overcome that? Well, as I previously mentioned, the goal is not the most important part. The most important part is the process. The goal is but a mere landmark. Imagine yourself as a boat sailing through the sea. So if you have a landmark and you know where you're going, you're not going to get lost through the vastness of the sea. But if you do not do the process of sailing, you're just going to stand in place. Here's a great example of everyday life. For example, you do not like doing the dishes. I mean, who actually does like doing the dishes? So the dishes pile up. A few days pass, the dishes pile up even more. So now you have a big pile of dishes. And a few more days pass, you still didn't do anything. So your main goal is to wash the dishes, but you do not have the resolve and motivation. You scroll through your phone and you find a motivational video. So now you gather the resolve and motivation to clean up the dishes. So you actually do that. It's a pretty hard task, but congratulations, you've done it. So what now? Well, a few more days pass, the dishes pile up again, and again and again, and the cycle never ends. If you do not concentrate on the process, you're gonna lose focus looking at the goals. The same goes with any bigger goals in life. You need to create a good habit of washing the dishes every time you use them, so they do not pile up. So one thing I can preach, which I practice, and I have found success with it, is you need a notebook. And use the notebook to put the exact scheduled time and things that need to be done at that certain time. So you're going to find yourselves failing multiple times, sometimes even more than you think. But the most important thing is to try and stick to it as precise as you can, even though you're going to fail. And you're going to see yourself after a certain period of time failing less and less. Trust me, if you find yourselves failing more than you think you should, do not throw away the notebook. Do not stop the process. It's going to get better. Just don't give up. I'm going to use this platform to inspire you guys and show you that success is not given but earned. I am not that far ahead of you watching this. I'm just but a regular guy that has ambitions in life. My ambitions aren't that luxurious. I don't want a fast sports car. I don't want an expensive apartment. I don't want fame. I just want to be a stronger man that can provide for his future family and that can make his parents' lives easier. No matter what your goals are, even if it's having a fast sports car, do not feel bad about it. Do not feel bad about your ambitions. So also one thing I want to mention is that my biggest goal for the end of the year is fixing my apartment because I have leaking water pipes which are corroding my walls. I have a leaking roof from the rains which is going to fall down if you do not fix it. It previously had terrible windows. Thankfully I fixed it because the windows previously didn't isolate the wind, the rain, the cold, nor the sound of the outside. And it's something that made me wake up multiple times at night. I couldn't have a good night's sleep, and it was terrible. So I'm gonna bring you along on my journey and show you how I succeed and tell you the ways of my success so I can inspire you and hopefully teach you something. And a final message from me to you is do what you hate as though you love it. Peace.